finished solving example questions. Now moving on to exercise 6.2. Examples poi paarenga adula oru sila last example number 12 13 la konjam useful ah irundhudu. Exam la andha mari questions varum, so please watch it. I'll also solve the exercise questions. Okay, show that the function given by f of x equals 3x plus 17. இந்த இடத்துல ரெண்டு பார்த்தோம். definition 1 ஒன்னு பார்த்தோம், இன்னொன்னு the derivative function வச்சு எப்படி increasing ஆ decreasing ஆன்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுன்னு பார்த்தோம். I'll solve it in both ways for the first question. Second questionல இருந்து ஒரே ஒரு method தான் போட போறேன். Okay, so now method number 1. When I have x1 is less than x2, if f of x1 is less than f of x2, I know that the function is increasing. And when f of x1 is greater than f of x2, I know that the function is decreasing. இப்போ ஒரு graph இருக்கு அப்படின்னா the function is increasing, which means f of x1 is going to be less than f of x2. செகண்டுக்கு when the function is decreasing, I have f of x1 to be greater than f of x2. இதுதான் meaning. Okay, so இதுல நமக்கு எதுன்னு நம்ம பார்க்க போறோம். So I have x1 less than x2. So my function is 3x plus 17. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3x. So 3x1, my inequality remains unchanged. So less than 3x2. When I add plus 17 on both sides, so I have 3x plus 17. Again, inequality remains unchanged. 3x2 plus 17. So this is basically my f of x1 and less than this is my f of x2. So from this, I see that f is increasing. Okay, according to the definition I just explained. So in the method வந்து நம்ம mostly இப்போ 3a plus 12 அப்படின்லாம் கொடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னா find the value of a அப்படி கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா you can use this method, or if the function is increasing decreasing னு பார்த்தா you can use the theorem 1 which I am going to solve now. So second method, if I have f dash of x is greater than 0, the function is increasing, and f dash of x is less than 0, the function is decreasing. Okay, so I'm going to find the derivative now. What is my f of x? 3x plus 17. So f of x equals 3x plus 17. I have f dash of x, when I differentiate, it is going to be 3. And I see that 3 is a value that is greater than 0. So from this, I have f dash of x is greater than 0, which means the function is increasing. So this is a much easier method to do, but edavadhu variable find a அந்த மாதிரிலாம் கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா first method use பண்ணுங்க. Okay, I have show that the function given by f of x equals e to the 2x is increasing on R. So when I differentiate, I have f dash of x equals e to the 2x times 2. So I have 2 e to the 2x, and I know that the exponential function is always increasing. So this is definitely greater than 0. So I have f is increasing. Okay, the first method la podnuna eppadi poduvom? x1 less than x2 all the time. ஏன்னா first coordinate is always less than x2. கரெக்டா இந்த இடத்துல x1 இருக்கு, இந்த இடத்துல x2 இருக்கு. You see here the first x1 value is right here, x2 value is over here. So obviously x1 is less than x2. So I have, when I multiply by 2, I have 2x1 less than 2x2. When I raise the exponent, I have e to the 2x1 less than e to the 2x2. I have f of x1 less than f of x2, which means f is increasing. So in the method la potalum you are going to get the same value. Okay, so the function is increasing. Please copy. Question number 3. Show that the function given by f of x equals sin x is increasing. So first நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? f dash of x கண்டுபிடிக்க போறோம், which is going to be cos x. So let me draw the graph for you for cos x to make you understand better. So 1 minus 1, what all values I'm going to put? Pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. And how does my graph look for cos? 0 ku 1 இல்லையா, pi by 2 ku 0. So this is how the value looks. Pi ki minus 1, 3 pi by 2 is a 0, 2 pi again is going to be a 1. Okay, now I'm going to look at the intervals 0 to pi by 2. So 0 to pi by 2, how does it look? And pi by 2 to pi, how it's going to look? So I have my f dash of x to be cos x. I'm going to check whether it's increasing or decreasing. So 0 to pi by 2, I see that the cos values are all positive. Correct? Mala first upper half la irukku, so it is going to be positive. So it is greater than 0, increasing. Ipo pi by 2 to pi eppadi irukku? I see that all the values are in the bottom half. So ella value me negative until pi. So it is going to be negative less than 0, which means it is decreasing. So subsection A, from 0 to pi by 2, f is increasing. F is increasing. And from pi by 2 to pi, it is decreasing. Now third subsection enna? I have to show that from 0 to pi, it is neither increasing nor decreasing. Now 0 to pi enna agudhu? All the values are positive from 0 to pi by 2. And from pi by 2 to pi, all the values are negative. So basically positive ave irundittu marudiyum adhe alavu negative ah irundha, it is going equivalent to nothing. So basically you start at a point 1 and you end at a point minus 1. So basically it is going to be 1 no minus 1 no senduduna, it is nothing. You added 1 and subtracted 1. Basically you're at point A and you're going to point B and you're coming back to point A. So it is like going from A to B and coming back from B to A, increasing from A to B, decreasing from B to A. You are coming back to the same point A. So from 0 to pi, according to first and the second subsection, from 0 to pi, it's neither increasing nor decreasing. இந்த மாதிரி prove பண்ணா போதும். Okay, half valueல increase ஆகுது, decreaseும் ஆகுது அப்படினா மொத்தத்துல increaseும் ஆகல, decreaseும் ஆகல. So neither increasing nor decreasing. Okay. Question number 4. Find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x equals 2x square minus 3x is increasing, decreasing. எந்த intervalல increasing, எந்த intervalல decreasing. So first, let me find the derivative. So I have f dash of x equals, first f of x எழுதிக்கிறேன். So f of x is going to be 2x square minus 3x. So f dash of x equals 4x minus 3. So first step enna, I need to find out f dash of x equals 0. This is called the critical point. Okay. So when I do this, I have 4x minus 3 equals 0. X equals 3 divided by 4. So in my number line, so I have a number line from minus infinity to infinity. I have some point 3 divided by 4. So I need to see how the function behaves from minus infinity to 3 by 4. Adavadhu in the particular interval. So basically I have to see how my function behaves from minus infinity to 3 by 4 and from 3 by 4 to infinity. So 3 by 4 to infinity. I have to check how my f dash of x behaves, which is in our case 4x minus 3. I have to check if it is increasing or decreasing. So this is how my tabular column looks like. Okay. So now minus infinity to 3 by 4. So if I am going to put some value that is between minus infinity to 3 by 4. If for example, na 0 substitute பண்றேன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. So what does your f dash of x look like? So I have 4 times 0 minus 3. So the function is going to be negative, which means f dash of x is less than 0 and the function is going to be decreasing. Since f dash of x is less than 0, it is going to be decreasing. Now 3 by 4 to infinity. So I can put some value 2. Correct? So I have 4 times 2 minus 3. So this is going to be a positive value. So greater than 0, which means f dash of x is increasing. My final answer is going to be f is increasing in 3 by 4 to infinity and my function is decreasing from minus infinity to 3 divided by 4. So this is how you check. First critical point enna eppadi kandupidipom. You have to equate your f dash of x to 0 and you find what your critical point is, and after that you have to see in which interval the function is increasing and decreasing using the first derivative test. F dash of x greater than 0 na increasing, less than 0 na decreasing. Okay. Question number 5. Find the intervals in which the following function is increasing or decreasing. So let's start solving. So I have f of x equals 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36x plus 7. So f dash of x is going to be 6x square minus 6x minus 36. When I take the 6 common, x square minus x minus 6. So it was splitting the middle term. So this I need to get the product to be minus 6 and sum to be minus 1. So minus 3, 2. So I can write this as 6 times x square minus 2x minus 3x minus 6. When I take the x common, I have x times x minus 2. Inge x minus 2 venuna, I need a minus 3 here. So I have 6 times x minus 3 times x minus 2. So from this is my f dash of x. So when I equate this to 0, I have x equals 3 and x equals 2. So how does my number line look now? Minus infinity to infinity, the value 2 and the value 3. Okay. Sorry, please pay attention. I have minus 3x plus 2x. So I have x plus 2. So in the x plus 2 venuna, I need a minus 3. Now this is going to be x plus 2 times x minus 3. So my value is going to be x minus 2. So it is going to be minus 2 and 3. Okay. Please pay attention to the sign. In the mari mistake pannama irkanona, please solve it. Oru thara solve pannittu marudiyum check pannunga. Okay. So my intervals are going to be minus infinity to minus 2, minus 2 to 3 and 3 to infinity. And what are we going to check it with? F dash of x, which is x minus 3 times x plus 2. I have to check if f dash of x is less than 0 or greater than 0 in this tabular column. So this is how it's going to look. Now, when I substitute the value minus infinity to minus 2, I can take some value minus 3 which is close to minus 2. So in the value when I substitute, what happens? I have 6 times. இப்போ x minus 3 na I'm substituting minus 3. So minus 3 minus 3 minus 3 plus 2. So how does my function look? I have plus 6 ku plus minus 3 na I'll write to the next step. I have plus here. If this is going to be a minus and this is going to be a minus, the product of this is going to give me a positive value which is greater than 0. Okay, இப்போ அதே மாதிரி minus 2 minus 3. I can substitute the value 0 இல்லையா? So இப்போ 6 க்கு I'll have a positive value. Then x minus 3 இந்த இடத்துல 0 substitute பண்ணா I'll have a negative value. இங்க 0 substitute பண்ணா I'll have a positive value. So overall plus minus plus I have a negative value. So this is less than 0. Now 3 to infinity I can substitute the value 4. So when I do that 6 is going to be positive. 3 my x minus 3 na 4 minus 3 is going to be a positive value. 4 plus 2 is also going to be positive. So this is going to be positive. So it's an increasing function. So எங்கெல்லாம் function increasing இருக்கு? Minus infinity to minus 2, comma 3, comma infinity. I see that f is increasing because f dash of x is greater than 0. அதே மாதிரி minus 2, comma 3, I see that f is decreasing. Okay? Please copy. So sum வந்து correct values என்னென்ன intervals correct போட்டுட்டீங்கன்னா you can solve it. Okay? Now